Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vital Vibes Life. I'm really glad you're here today. Can I ask you something? Have you ever had one of those moments when you looked around your home and thought, when did it get so quiet? Or maybe you've picked up your phone, scrolled through your contacts, and realized you weren't sure who to call. Then, almost without noticing, another thought quietly slipped into your mind. Is it just me? If you've ever felt that way, I want you to hear this before we go any further. You're not alone. Loneliness isn't always what people think it is. When most people hear that word, they picture someone living completely alone. But that's not always what loneliness looks like. You can have family, friends, neighbors, even a busy life, and still feel disconnected. Sometimes it's not about being by yourself. It's about missing the connection you once had. Maybe you've noticed it too. One day you wake up and realize life doesn't sound the way it used to. The house is quieter. The kids have lives of their own now. Friends who once lived just around the corner have moved away. Or life has simply taken everyone in different directions. The people you used to see every week, you now see only once in a while. You know what surprised me? Most of us don't even notice it's happening. There's no single day when you wake up and say, "Today I'm lonely." It's much quieter than that. One friend moves away. Another gets busy with grandchildren. Someone else retires and moves away. Before long, the people who were once part of your everyday life become part of your memories. And one afternoon, you're sitting at home, maybe with a cup of coffee, maybe looking out the window, and you suddenly realize life doesn't feel the way it used to. Not worse, just different. That's a hard feeling to explain, especially when everyone around you assumes everything is fine. After all, you have a home, you have family, you have food on the table. So, why do you still feel this emptiness? Here's what I want you to know. Feeling lonely doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you're ungrateful. It simply means you're human. Life has changed, and your heart is adjusting to a new season. The beautiful thing about seasons is that they never stay the same forever. Connection rarely comes looking for us. Sometimes we have to take the first step. Maybe it's sending that text you've been thinking about. Maybe it's calling an old friend just to say hello. Maybe it's accepting an invitation instead of saying, maybe next time. Or maybe it's simply smiling at someone you've never spoken to before. It's amazing how often a small moment becomes the beginning of a meaningful friendship. And while you're opening your heart to others, don't forget to make room for yourself too. Take that walk, read that book, learn something new, visit a place you've never been. Say yes to experiences that remind you life is still unfolding. Because here's something I truly believe. After 50 isn't the end of your story. For many people, it's the chapter where they finally discover who they are, when they're no longer busy being everything to everyone else. And that can be a beautiful place to begin again. So the next time that quiet little voice whispers, "Is it just me?" I hope you'll remember this conversation. The answer is no, it never was. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me today. If this message touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Sometimes the simplest act of kindness is reminding another person that they're not alone. Until next time, keep growing, keep thriving, live a purposeful life.